All right, and we are back for another episode of ReZero. And last episode ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. Uh so man, like at this point, I don't know if we're being tricked here or not, but the 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 shadow figure, the witch, that's Amelia, right? It has to be Amelia. Last episode ended with Subaru finishing his tea party. He met the other witches. Two more lollies added to the series. But thankfully there was one that was not a lolly. She was pretty much my favorite, just because she was like the funniest. She had like a really kooky like way of behaving, and she had like the best character design. I think like I really did like her character design. It was like so super magical girl, and it just I don't know. It just really really stood out to me. But Subaru got some more information from Echidna. He found out that he can't die, pretty much. He There's no limit to how many times it can revive. So one of the things that I mentioned last time was that it kind of takes away from what little stakes there was to begin with the deaths. Because like I made it clear my opinion on the his ability to revive. It sort of makes it so like whenever I see anyone die, I don't really care because we know he's gonna come back. And before there was like the little bit of wonder, like, oh, but maybe he can't come back. Maybe he only has a certain amount of resets. But Echidna told us plain and simple, no, there's no limits. You can do this as long as you want. And yeah, I mean, there goes the stakes. Not completely, of course. It's just like that. It just more so like now I'm especially not gonna care when anyone dies. But oh, the I'm so confused as to like because Echidna and Amelia look so similar, and it's just I don't know. Like in my head, I'm kind of still trying to differentiate the two. I Echidna right now I'm kind of seeing as a future version of Amelia, but that can't be. That can't be because Echidna existed like before Amelia. But it's just like more so she kind of seems like what Amelia would grow up to be, and we're kind of seeing Amelia's powers like sort of manifest. We're seeing her witch side come out. I'm assuming again, I'm going off of my assumptions here of last episode because it kind of left us in the middle of nowhere. Um, Garfield or Bizarro Subaru, he came in clutch to save him. I mean, I still don't know if I've forgiven him for killing Subaru's dog the episode before, but I mean, he did call himself the protector of the place, and so he protected Subaru for what reason? I don't know. I don't even know if there's anyone still left because the whole place was enveloped in like black vape, and so we don't know what the condition of everyone else is. We don't know where Ram is. I mean, Ram is or Roswell. Um, I'm pretty sure Roswell would be able to do something about that if that was Amelia, just because if that is Amelia, if the shadowy figure is Amelia, and she has the ability to like become this, whether it's intentional or just like a reflex of some kind, like a survival instinct sort of thing. Roswell All being like the you know mastermind that he is, he probably knew that. So I'm sure he has some kind of contingency, or maybe this was part of his plan all along. We see that Subaru doesn't really trust him, and so maybe we shouldn't trust him either. I mean, I never really trusted him, but I'm talking about like a narrative standpoint where like he's probably not a good guy. He's probably just like masquerading as someone dependable. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, not nothing really. Subaru escaped the tea party. Echidna told him if you make it back a third time, by completing the next part of the trial, I'm going to tell you something extremely important. So I'm wondering what she's going to say. We're probably not going to be there for a couple episodes just because I don't imagine he's going to go back every single episode. Although I did say I do like that Echidna seems to be manipulating Subaru by leveraging the fact that he can talk about Return by Death with her, and she's probably like trying to to use that bond, so to speak, to her advantage by like, oh, I'm the only one who truly understands you. Let me help you. Do this for me. Do that for me. Do that for me. I'll do what I can for you in return. She probably most definitely has like ulterior motives for that. But yeah, it's nice to see Subaru get a taste of his own manipulative medicine. But without further ado, let's just jump into another episode of ReZero. Let's go. I do have to say, it is really hard to see what's going on when it's taking place in the dark. And I'm wondering where Subaru got that bump from. Ah, okay, so they did get swallowed. So it's one of those things where Subaru's going to die and then respawn, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to respawn before it becomes useful though, before he can do anything about this outcome. Oh, another reason that I thought that I'm pretty sure that thing is Emilia is because when Subaru woke up, Emilia was gone. So, yeah. What the heck? I was hoping you wouldn't have to see this? What are you talking about? They ain't her? Oh, cool. It's like little dummies. Whoa, all right. Let's go. I mean, if they can't find the key out, next step is to just bust down the door. That was another thing that I did not like. The I love you part. I don't understand how Emilia can love Subaru. Like she says throughout the season 1, she randomly like dropped some dialogue like, "Oh, you're the only one who's ever been kind to me," or stuff like that. But I mean, is that really all it takes? And we've seen people be kind to her, like her maids or Roswald, even though we don't think that was totally genuine, but Puck as well. So it's not like Subaru was the only one. And I'm sure like the knights of the other candidates like Al and Julius, I'm pretty sure they were kind to her too in whenever they would interact. Dude, bro, because like Echidna can talk about return by death, but there were like various points throughout that episode where Subaru was like referring to a different witch that gave him return by death, and he doesn't know why. But like, I'm pretty sure Echidna is his main witch, right? Like Echidna is the one who gave him the abilities, but like it's just I don't know if it was like translated incorrectly, but the dialogue is kind of like all over. So yeah, it is Emilia. Yeah, as if wait, what? When he told Echidna about return by death for the first time, those were like, I really felt that when he started crying. Then when he was crying when Ram killed him for the first time, that was, I like that too. And then when he was crying when he was going ape shit because Emilia was like, you embarrassed me, you disrespected me, and I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. But like, he's just always crying, man. What? A moment of weakness? All he does is show you weakness. What are you talking about? He cries all the time. What? Some already. Like, look with those longing eyes. BIZARRO Subaru kissing real Subaru? I would not be surprised if there's already like hella like fan fiction about that actually. Mhm. Wait, so he was able to avoid the witch coming out by doing nothing? By just being there, or is it still gonna come out? Sorry, Ram, you're too old for Subaru. He likes them illegal and younger. Oh, felt another lolly. Yeah. I was like, wait, I feel like there's more than four. And yeah, there's at this I think over half the cast is a lolly in this For what reason? I do not know, but I hope the trend does not continue. Wait, so then there goes the plan about busting through the door with numbers. So then that was for shit too. What a waste. He's not even alluding to it anymore, actually. That was a complete waste. But I guess he's trying to find the proper way to get out instead of just like trying to force their way out. Okay, so a witch is gonna emerge. Um, Elsa is approaching the place, and your lolly is about to die. You can't count on Beatrice for help. Um, Bizarro Subaru seems to want to kill you. Sue, Apostle of Greed. Okay, yeah. So he does belong to Echidna. At least his affinity is with Echidna. But man, but if Amelia is a witch, then how come Ram and Ram weren't able to smell it like they were with Subaru? And did Beatrice know? Because she was also able to pick up on that scent, and I would assume, um, to a greater extent, because like Beatrice is way stronger than Rem and Ram. So did she know Amelia was a witch? Why? If he even makes it after tomorrow. We've been kind of repeating this same few hours over and over again for a couple episodes now, actually. What are you doing out here? What the hell? Why is she out there? And why does she look so like weird? Yeah, dude, Subaru is so full of it. I don't know how much help I'll be to you. Dude, you are literally forcing yourself into every aspect of her life. And this is what I'm saying, where like people won't catch that because he's smiling as he's saying it, and there's the music swelling up and all this kind of stuff. So people are just gonna assume like, oh wow, Subaru's a nice guy, see? But he's literally lying through his teeth with a smile. It's like, I don't know how useful I am gonna be to you. Like, dude, What are you talking about? You're literally trying to handle everything. Like you're worming your way into every part of her life. Y- y- you're abusing the ability to return by death to manipulate her and all the dang it, Subaru. You are such a toxic person. uh see, he literally just offered to like help Amelia, but he's taking it upon himself to like leave her behind and yeah, because he's so desperate to be the hero and all this kind of stuff. Like, yes, there are things that only he can do, but be upfront about it. Like, don't trick people into thinking that like you're earnestly trying to help them. Like, just do what you're gonna do, man. Some shit for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that. Oh, almost took off my headphones there. Oh, he got there before Elsa. Nice.
殺し文句ですこと。スバル様はメイド心をくすぐるのがお上手ですわね。私もそう思います。
Yeah, see, it's real easy. I just die over and over again until I get the line right. Like, ah, freaking Subaru, bro. Wait, but how? He still died. That okay? So then, is that so? Then the handkerchief was a complete waste, or what? What happened? Because it was glowing when he was consumed by the shadows, and I thought it was gonna save him, but he ended up dying anyway. Um, dude, why Lolly in his hair, bro? Dang it! Why a hair metal?
ベアトリス様を交え合流できるのを心待ちにしておりますわ。やっと来たのかしら。
Oh God. Oh. All right. Now we find out. Now we find out if they're gonna ruin her character or not. They fell flat on their face the last time we saw Beatrice. Let's see what they do with her now. I will truly be set free. Of course. Mm, yeah. All right. And I will wait until next episode to comment on Beatrice, just because, like I said, um, actually, I don't know if it's gonna let me upload it. It's always wishy-washy with YouTube. I don't know what parts it's gonna let me upload when I upload it. Um, but basically, at the end of the episode, when we saw Beatrice again, I'm gonna the next episode is gonna be where we find out if the series is gonna ruin her character or not, like they did with Rem. The last time we saw Beatrice, nosedive. Like the betrayal of her character was just it was just kind of like why it was so bad, it was so gross. um Not like, not perverted gross, it was just like gross as in like it didn't have to freaking happen at all. You could have said more with less and she would have like stayed true to her personality. But yeah, um she did leave us with some interesting bits of dialogue at the end to build intrigue. um Apparently she's going to be finally set free, and only Subaru has the ability to set her free, and she finds that funny for some reason, or ironic. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with the fact that Subaru killed Beats, who we know Beatrice seems to have cared for at some point, or even after like he became evil. Because I'm assuming Beats is Ice King from Adventureland, where he was actually a good guy, and then he put on the fucking crown and then went all crazy. And then he put on the crown to save that vampire girl. I've never seen Adventure Time, but like everyone like just goes like goo goo about like that storyline. So I've heard it like through the grapevine. But I'm assuming maybe Beatrice and Beats were in love, and then Beats had to take on some kind of curse to save Beatrice, and that's how he became crazy, and maybe that's why Beatrice was so sad to see him die, even though she knows there was no way that he could have been saved. Something like that. I don't know. That's I feel like that's a very popular thing to do after Adventure Time, and depending on how it's implemented, it could be effective, or it could just be like par for the course for that sort of that trope. But with so what else did we learn this episode? We learned that Subaru knows that, or Subaru thinks that Echidna is planning something, which duh. Uh, duh. So that was kind of, yeah, what do you mean? Like, you didn't suspect her of being up to something before this moment? Before the army of lollies told you that be wary around her? Okay. Subaru now controls an army of lollies, which, come on, man. Enough with the law. Is every other character in this series a lolly character? It just, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. It really says something about the author if that's true. Um, what else? What else? Garfield apparently is undergoing the trials as well, and he also has the ability to influence the lollies, or maybe he had the ability to influence the lollies. Well, we saw him actually control them using that crystal, and and I'm thinking like that was the whole point of that scene, which was a real bummer because he was like, when he said like we're gonna force this down by sheer numbers, I thought it was gonna lead somewhere, but really they just wanted to show him controlling the lollies, and it's just, I guess that was a way of doing it. I felt like they could have done a little bit more with that, but they got the point across. Um, the handkerchief, it, total waste. It did not come in handy at all. Yeah, it glowed, and he died anyway. And it was I was like, "What?" Because, like, as it was glowing, Subaru had, like, an epiphany, like, "Oh my god, it's glowing. Echidna knew this would happen." Right. And he died. And it never glowed again, and it didn't come into play what was the point of did I miss something here? There was no point in that handkerchief, like, what the heck? Unless it's gonna come in handy later, maybe? I don't know. It kinda seemed like if it was gonna become useful, it would've become useful in that moment, or at least given us more information as to how it becomes useful. Because I guess maybe it lets him see through the black vape cloud? Maybe that's what it's supposed to do? Oh, okay, so maybe Echidna blessed it, so to speak, and it's supposed to, like, be some kinda, like, shield or cure to, like, other witch powers or something like that. And that's why, like, when it glowed, it was Subaru was able to kinda just, like, sift through the vape cloud. Okay, yeah, I mean, that would actually be pretty cool. It's like a little mini shield, you know? Um, which I'm trying to think if that would even be useful, against the, emo white-haired boy that we saw at the beginning of the season, and, what was his name? Gluttony? The little brown guy? Which is hella funny to say, actually. I never thought about that. The white guy is all tall, and then the brown guy is like hella oh, that's hella funny. Oh man, this author, man, this author, he's got he's got some things going in his head for sure. Oh man. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. I'm really curious to see what they do with Beatrice. I've said this so many times in the past. She is my favorite character in the entire series. She was kind of the reason I kept going. Like I wanted to see more and more of her, and I liked what they were doing with her and Subaru's character. I said constantly, even like when she was first introduced, that I felt like she was the only character who was developing an organic, meaningful bond with Subaru. So that's part of the reason I was so angry, with what they did with her character last time we saw her, just because it would just be, like, such a blow to the quality of writing in the series, but we'll hold judgment, until next episode. I'm predicting it's gonna be a cliche Ice King sorta thing, but again, if it's implemented correctly, if it stays true to Beatrice's character, that's all I want, man. That's all I want. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Please like and subscribe for more reactions. I react to other anime series, movies, shows that I'm watching. If that's not your thing, I stream regularly on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need some background noise while doing chores, homework, all that kind of stuff, I'm very good at talking to myself. But if this is all you see me, my name's Adam. Thanks for tuning out Jupiter Machine. And as always, steal credit cards, hurt your loved ones, plant some flowers. Until next time, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.